Alien Bloodline, the terrifying truth about my mother's secret. Chapter 1, The Night They Landed. The night the sky broke open, Ethan Connors was sitting on the hood of his old truck, staring at the endless expanse of stars above the rural Wyoming plains. He loved the solitude, the silence broken only by the occasional hoot of an owl or the rustle of the wind through the dry grass. But that night wasn't silent. A low hum vibrated through the air, building to a deafening crescendo. The stars seemed to ripple, as if the heavens themselves were a great curtain being pulled apart. Then it happened, a fiery streak across the sky, a meteor, or so he thought, crashing into the woods beyond his property. Ethan didn't think twice. Grabbing a flashlight and his shotgun, he made his way into the darkness, his boots crunching against the dry earth. What he found wasn't a meteor. The object was metallic, sleek, and far too symmetrical to be natural. It hummed faintly, its surface glowing with an otherworldly iridescence. Nearby, the ground was scorched in a perfect circle, the trees singed black. As Ethan stepped closer, his heart pounding, a panel on the object slid open with a hiss. Chapter 2, The Visitors. They emerged slowly, tall, impossibly thin, with skin like liquid silver and eyes that glowed faintly blue. They moved in unison, their limbs fluid and precise, as if they were an extension of the craft itself. Ethan froze, his flashlight trembling in his hand. One of them turned toward him, its gaze piercing, and raised a long, delicate hand. "Ethan," it said in a voice that wasn't a voice at all, but a presence inside his mind. He stumbled backward, the shotgun slipping from his grip. "How do you know my name?" The creature didn't answer. Instead, it extended its hand further, palm up, as if inviting him closer. Against every instinct screaming in his body, Ethan stepped forward. Chapter 3, The Mother's Secret. Ethan didn't tell anyone what they were doing. The visitors left in silence as they arrived, their craft vanishing into the sky without trace. But they didn't leave him untouched. In the days that followed, strange things began to happen. At first it was subtle, a faint static in his ears. He sensed that he could hear whispers in the wind. Then came the dreams, visions of places he'd never been, landscapes that were alien and oddly familiar. Finally, he confronted his mother, Mary Connors, a quiet woman who had raised him alone on their farm. She had always been guarded about his father, brushing off questions with vague answers. "Mom," he said one evening, his voice shaking, "what aren't you telling me?" Her face went pale, her hands trembling as she set down the book she'd been holding. "Ethan, Before she could finish, the humming returned, the same sound from that night in the woods. The lights flickered, and the room was bathed in an eerie blue glow. Mary fell to her knees, clutching her head as her form began to change. Her skin shimmered, her eyes glowed the same light as the visitors. "I wanted to protect you," she whispered, her voice layered with the resonance. "But they found us." Chapter 4, The Truth Revealed. The visitors returned, but this time, they didn't come as emissaries. They came as hunters. Ethan and his mother fled into the woods, the air thick with the hum of approaching ships. As they ran, Mary explained everything. She wasn't human, not entirely. She was part of an alien race called the Valir, a species that had long ago sought refuge on Earth after their home planet was destroyed. They had assimilated, hiding among humanity for generations. "But you," she said, gripping his arm, "you're different. You're the bridge, Ethan, the first true hybrid." "What does that mean?" he demanded, his breath coming in ragged gasps. "It means you have the power to stop them." Chapter 5, The Choice. The Valar hunters surrounded them in a clearing, their glowing eyes locking onto Ethan. Mary stepped in front of him, her hands raised in a pleading gesture. "He's not like us," she said. "He's more." Ethan felt something stir inside him, a deep, resonant energy that wasn't human. His vision sharpened, his hearing amplified, and for the first time, he could sense the hunter's thoughts. They weren't here to destroy him. They were afraid of him. "You're their salvation," Mary whispered, "or their end." The lead hunter stepped forward, its voice entering his mind. "Come with us, Ethan. Embrace what you are." Ethan glanced at his mother, her silver skin shimmering in the pale light. Then he looked at the hunters, their forms both alien and familiar. The energy inside him surged, and he made his choice. Chapter 6. The Final Destination. Ethan raised his hand and the clearing erupted in light. The hunters froze, their forms disintegrating into a fine mist. When the glow faded, Ethan stood alone, his mother gone. For a moment he thought he was free, but as he looked up, he realized the sky was still alive with movement. Ships, dozens of them, descended, their lights piercing the night. And then he heard it, the whispering, not from the ships, but from the stars themselves. They weren't just looking for him, they had been calling him home,